Good morning, everyone. My name's Jana Gamble. I'm the Vice President of Chosen for Change, Michael Brown Seniors Foundation. The Michael Brown Foundation, we do business as Chosen for Change, so we want to make sure we don't get those things confused. It's the Father's Foundation. And I'm coming to join Michael Sr., his lovely wife, Cal. We have our chosen families, which represent other children that have been lost to tragedies, other family members that have been lost to tragedies. And we come today to support Mike Sr., to stand with him, and to share everything that we have for you today about the case and about our Memorial Weekend that we will cover after Michael speaks. So thank you for joining us, and without further ado.
Good morning, everyone. I have a few words I want to say. 5 years today, I lost my firstborn, my only son. It was a day I thought I would never see, a day that has changed my life forever. Although I have been forced to learn how to cope with his absence, I would never gasp the fact that my son will no longer be heard and justice has not been served. My son deserved to live a full life, but a coward with a badge chose to value his life, not to value his life, sorry. My son was murdered in cold blood with no remorse and no medical treatment. Mike laid in the street for 4.5 hours. As he laid there, he was dehumanized and disrespected. Neither of us as parents were given a chance to hold him, identify his lifeless body. No answers, no apology, no justice. So I stand here today to discuss the unsatisfied with the way my son's death was handled. And I am demanding evidence to be reanalyzed and accountability to follow. As a father, I value.
It's all right. It's all right. This ain't easy.
As a father, I vow to protect my children. Well, on August 9, 2014, that wasn't the case. I could not protect him that day, and it breaks my heart. I will stand and fight until the day I die for justice. Not too much has changed. My son was not the first to die by the hands of those who vowed to protect and serve. And sadly, he won't be the last. If anyone is confused about the fact of Mike Brown's murder, they just need to spend 1 hour and 30 minutes watching Stranger Fruit. All the facts of the murder are clearly lined up. My son deserves justice. It's unbelievable to the family, and it's embarrassing to the city that Stranger Fruit has been on TV for a year, and all the evidence are on my son's murder, and the whole nation knows the truth. Yet this city still continues to do nothing. So I'm requesting for Wesley Bell to reopen this case.
Reopen Michael Brown.
Reopen Michael Brown. Justice for Mike. Justice for Mike.
Justice for Mike.
Justice for Mike.
Justice for Mike.
Justice for Mike.
Justice for Mike.
Justice for Mike.
Thank you. Any questions? I'm sorry.
Have you talked with anyone from Wesley Bell's office about this case?
I definitely had a conversation with him. That's why I say this is not an attack, but I think processes need to be speeded up.
What has he said to you?
Definitely, people up under him has to check the evidence clearly, go through all the paperwork, and make sure that it's able to be open. If it's able to be open, we'll have a day in court. If it's not, he said we just won't be doing anything. But what I am here today in front of you all and the world to demand someone to look at the case.
What is it in particular about the evidence that you've seen, the reports, etc.? What is it particularly? Do you have a few things that you really think are questionable?
Well, definitely everyone lied that was on the force. The evidence does not match up. Have you watched Stranger Fruit?
I have not.
Check it out.
But can you kind of educate and enlighten the rest of the folks?
Well, definitely, you know, everyone covered up, from the chief all the way up to the guy that used to sit in his office. Everyone covered the evidence up.
The grand jury never got the
Did
evidence.
justice get it wrong by not charging Darren Wilson?
Definitely. You know, we had a private investigator come in. Definitely, they said that his hands was up, the way the entries was in and out his arms. So that's a surrender pose. And he still was killed.
This is the first time they got it wrong.
It won't
Are
be the
you
last.
confident with Wesley Bell? Do you trust him that he's going to do everything he can to reopen the case?
Like I say, this is not an ambush on Wesley Bell. I definitely respect this man as a man. You know, hopefully that he can see something that was flawed and we can reopen this case.
What if he's not able to? What do you
Well, you know what? I still stand strong. I still stand tall. 10 toes down. I'm not going to stop.
Do you feel there's been any progress since 5 years ago in relation to police?
No. Still black and brown bodies are still being found on the ground. You know, so until we start getting more communication on the police side, you know, I'm not going to say that we're not in fault on certain things, but I think the badge and the uniform is what scares our people. I still cringe, you know, so just patrolling streets and not interacting with the community, of course we're still going to be in a crunchy mode, you know, so somebody got to start, and I think it needs to start with them.
What do you want people to take away from this day?
That his father's still standing, his family is still standing, and we're not stopping until we get some type of justice.
Have you read through all the available reports and investigations, and if so, were any consistent from one to the next?
Yeah, I did a lot of research.
Were there any inconsistencies from one report to the next? Or were
Of
they all
course,
pretty much-
of course. Have you read it?
I have not. Can you tell me what were some of the inconsistencies?
No.
You need to read them. You need to do some research, brother.
Mr. Brown,
Yes.
did the store owner ever testify or say that Michael Brown went in with a strong robbery thing or anything like that?
I definitely had a conversation with him, and it was just a misunderstanding. You know, Mike did not strong arm. This is just what the media put out.
Right, so that was
False.
false. That was false.
False.
Mike, do you believe Wesley Bell was elected as a direct result of your son's death, and he at least owe you an opportunity?
I definitely don't feel like he owes me nothing, but I do think that he just needs to do his job.
Has Wesley Bell given you a time frame as to when things could happen if he makes a decision?
No.
Has Wesley Bell given you a time frame?
No, sir. No.
We'll take one last question, and then we can cover the events,
Yes,
and we
sir.
have to move to Canfield.
Mike, can you talk a little bit about the focus this weekend on humanizing your son and bringing to light his humanity, his life, and what that life means?
Well, that's what Janet was going to talk about after I did the. Okay, got that.
We're good?
Any more questions?
No.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah. Thank
Carol,
you.
Do you want to say anything? You want to say anything? All right. Thank you again for being here to cover this announcement and to cover our Memorial Weekend. Today, we have our press conference here. We'll leave immediately, go to Canfield, where you can set up in the crew pit across from the rope and stanchions to cover all of our events. 11 a.m. in Canfield at the memorial site, we will have our memorial, and this is featuring many special people this year. It's different than we've had before and very special, and we hope that you guys all come out and join us. It is from 11 o'clock to 12:20, and after that convenes, then we will move at 1 o'clock over to the Sam's Meat Market parking lot at 9241 West Florissant, and there we will have our MB2 Market. it's a big community day. We have an amazing group of community, over 30 vendors that have come together to be a blessing to the community, to give resources, to hand out giveaways. We have free food for kids in Canfield and in Ferguson from 10 a.m. to 8:30 tonight. Ice cream from Ben & Jerry's, bounce houses, music, family fun, a great gathering to bring the community together. But Cal Brown, Michael's wife, stands here beside us, and we talked about humanizing. That's one of the biggest points of this entire Memorial Weekend. Our goal is to rehumanize Mike Brown Jr. Many of you, or your stations, or media in general, took a lot of time during this case and after August 9th, 2014, to dehumanize Mike Brown Jr., to not see this 18-year-old boy as a young man, a human being, with family, with a baby sister that was 1 at the time, brothers and sisters, many, fathers, mothers, and his people that loved him, friends, all of that. And so Mike had likes and desires, and he was going to Vatterott College for HVAC. He loved to do rap, and to all his loves and likes, Cal envisioned, brought together in our exhibit. The exhibit is called As I See You Exhibit, a tribute to Mike Brown Jr. That will be at the Urban League in Ferguson today through Sunday. So you can come out from 1 to 6 to see the exhibit there, and then tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, from 10 to 4. So we thank you all again for coming out today, and any more questions we can answer for you in Canfield. Thank you.